Hi, this is your prof, Sir Don. Let us now continue the discussions on managerial accounting. And our topic for today is about receivable management, or it can also be called credit management. Okay? Let us have our words of wisdom. Do not judge by appearances. A rich heart may be under a poor coat. Remember that, class. Next, words of wisdom. Talk about your blessings more than you talk about your problems. This is a very good class. So if we have challenges in life or if we do not feel well on certain things,
It's 9 o'clock.
let us talk about our blessings rather than our problems, okay? Count your blessings. Okay. Let us have our student learning outcomes. Students can explain objectives and importance of receivable management. Second, students can discuss the factors in determining accounts receivable policy with emphasis on credit terms. And next, students can illustrate costs associated with accounts receivable. Next, students can analyze cost-benefit relationship affecting credit terms and collection policies. Lastly, students can perform marginal or incremental analysis of credit policies. Okay, let's move on. What is accounts receivable? Accounts receivable refers to the outstanding invoices a company has or the money the company is owed from its clients. Okay, yung mga hindi pa nababayaran ng customers sa yung trading operations or yung services mong binigay. Okay? And accounts receivable is recorded as an asset. Alam niyo na yan. Because there is a legal obligation for the customer to remit cash for the debt. If a company has receivables, this means it has made a sale but has yet to collect the money from the purchaser. Or nagbigay ka ng service pero hindi pa nagbayad si customer. Okay? Next, receivables essentially represent a line of credit extended by a company to customers that is due within a relatively short time period ranging from a few days to a year. So, ang ibig sabihin, nagbigay ka ng a certain number of days bago bayaran ni customer. So, yun ang receivables. Okay. Objective of receivable management. Bakit natin kailangan i-manage ang receivable? Para ma-maximize natin ang sales and gain additional customers. Okay? In gaining additional customers, kung bibigyan natin siya ng time to pay, then we can get customers. Evaluate the pertinent costs and benefits related to credit extension. So to gain customers, we gave credit extension. However, we have to be extra careful about the pertinent cost. Okay? Next, finance the firm's investment in accounts receivable. Receivable is an investment of the firm. Bakit? Kasi when you have receivable, it means hindi mo nagagamit yung cash na hindi pa nababayaran ng customers. Receivable, yan yung cash mo dahil nangutang sila na hindi pa binibigay sa iyo ng customers. So it's really an investment. Next, implement the firm's chosen credit policy. Yan ang objective. Ano yung credit policy na i-implement ng company? Okay, and then enforce collection. So how the collection processes will be. Okay? Considerations in receivable management. Okay, so now what are the things that we have to consider in receivable management? Credit first is credit standards. Ano ba yung credit standards? Setting standards in extending credit to customer. Dapat meron tayong standards, okay? So what is credit standards? It is a trade-off between profits on sales and the cost of carrying accounts receivable and bad debts. Ang ibig sabihin, we have to balance, okay, yung intention natin na ma-increase yung sales as against na matatali yung pera natin sa accounts receivable and possibly na merong tayong customer na hindi magbabayad. Okay. We have several types of credit standards. Merong relaxed credit standards. Ito yung increase in sales but quality of accounts receivable may suffer resulting to longer collection period. Basta sinabing relaxed credit standards, nagpapautang ang company na kahit kanino or pautang lang siya ng pautang, okay? And then we have what you call strict credit standards. So fewer sales but with good quality of accounts receivable. Dahil strict yung ating credit standards, ina-examine natin ng husto kung sino yung pauutangin natin. So in that, we will have fewer sales. Pero yung quality naman ng ating mga nangutang is maganda. Okay? Meaning, ang ating bad debts then will be lesser. Okay. Now let us talk about credit policy. Credit policy involve both the length of the credit period and the discount given. So yung credit policy, ibabase natin kung ano yung standards na i-implement ng company. So we will do a policy based on the standards that we want. So the policy will involve the length of the credit, how many days dapat na ipapautang mo, at kung may discount ka na ibibigay in case of early payment. So here, we are referring to what you call cash discount. And cash discount is given for early payment. Okay? The credit policy is reflected on the terms of sale. So saan magre-reflect yan? Sa terms ng sale niya. The terms provide the length of the credit and the discount to be given for early payment, if any. Okay? Normally, the seller have different terms for each customer depending on the business relationship. Siyempre, i-review mo rin yung customers. Kung malaki ang binibili sa'yo ng customers mo, then of course, na-established mo na yung credit experience mo doon sa customer na yon, then you will be more relaxed. Okay? Pero kung bago pa lang, hindi mo pa na-establish yung credit experience mo with that customer, then you can be strict. Okay? So if this is our merchandising business, okay, and we are a buyer and we are buying from the supplier who is the seller. So we will have to make an arrangement with the seller kung ano yung terms on sale natin dyan. Okay. By the way, I would like to also to discuss this trade discount. Ano ba yung trade discount? Trade discount is actually outside the credit policy. Ano ba ibig sabihin nitong trade discount? Yung trade discount ay binibigay bago pa mag-arrange ng between supplier and the buyer, bago pa sila mag-come up with the terms on sale. Kaya ako dinidiscuss ito. So, it is just an add-on about the discussions on receivable management, because you could probably increase the trade discount in certain situations. Okay, so between as a merchandising business, you are also a seller, and a seller, you have to make the agreement on the terms on sale with your buyer. Okay, so similarly, you can also give, as a seller, you can also give a trade discount to your customer. Okay, so in this case, class, let us discuss what is trade discounts. Trade discounts are outright deduction from the list price. Basta sinabing outright deduction from the list price, ito yung nakikita nyo sa supermarket or department stores wherein 50% off. Ang ibig sabihin, bawas na agad dun sa list price yung discount. So that is called trade discounts. Trade discounts are expressed in percentage. Yung nakikita nyo, 50%, 70% off. Okay, it's expressed basically in percentage. Series of trade discounts can be extended. Meron din mga companies na nagbibigay ng series of trade discounts. Hindi lang isang trade discounts. Example, 20% off plus additional 5% plus additional 3%. It can be 2%, 3% just for depende sa company, okay? Depende sa time ng kanilang discount period. Sales is recorded net of trade discounts. Trade discounts are not recorded. So dahil binibigay ito outright, okay, hindi na nire-record ito ng company, both on the side of the buyer and on the side of the seller. So sales or purchases, in the case of the buyer, hindi na nire-record yung trade discounts kasi outright deduction na siya. Gusto ko lang malaman niyo what is trade discounts because I would like you to know the difference of trade discounts with cash discount. Okay, dalawa yung discount na i-discuss natin, trade discounts and cash discount. Okay. So let's illustrate trade discounts. Trade discounts to. Sales was provided with trade discounts of 10% and 5% from list price of 50,000. So ang price ng product is 50,000, okay? Pero may trade discounts na 10 and 5, okay? So if you will be asked how much it will be the invoice price, so ang gagawin natin, kukumputin natin. So list price na 50,000 minus 10% trade discount. So 10% ng 50,000 is 5,000. So i-deduct natin. Ito yung first discount na 10%. But it has a second discount of 5%. So kukunin natin yung 5% na trade discounts. The 5% will be applied to this 45,000. Hindi na sa 50,000, sa 45,000 na. So 5% ng 45,000 is 2,250. So the invoice price is 42,750. 45,000 minus 2,250. So yung invoice price na babayaran ni customer is 42,750. So this is the sales of the company, 42,750. Yung 5,000 tsaka 2,250, hindi na nire-record yan ng company, ng both, ng seller and buyer. Okay? Because this is an outright reduction. So in this case, ang invoice price or the sales is 42,750. Okay. So take note, class, that itong 45,000 is 90% of the 50,000, right? Because there we removed 10%, so yung 90% is equivalent to 45,000. So we can calculate it like that. 50,000 times 90% is equals 45,000. Okay? Pwedeng compute na ganyan yan. If you, then, itong 42,750 is 95% nung 45,000 because we gave a second layer of trade discount at 5%. So itong 42,750 is 95% of 45,000. So we can express it like 45,000 times 95% will give you 42,750. So class, if you are looking at just the invoice price, if you will compute the invoice price, okay, you can compute it this way. So there will be a shortcut in getting the invoice price. So 50,000 times 90%, which is this, times 95%, which is this, will give you automatically 42,750. You don't have to go to this process kasi dito several calculations. 50, get the 10%, ima-minus, then from here, get the 5%, ima-minus, okay? So there are several times in the computation. Here, kung ang concern mo lang is the info price, you can have the shortcut. However, if you are going to get the total trade discount, you have to do this. Dahil kailangan makuha yung 5,000, kailangan makuha yung 2,250, so you can get the total trade discount. However, if you can get the invoice price already of 42,750, what you can do is just list price minus invoice price will give you the trade discount. Ang ibig sabihin, 50,000 minus the invoice price of 42, you can get the 7,250. Okay? So in classroom problems, you can do the shortcuts. Okay, class? Depende, of course, kung ano hinihingi. Okay, let us have certain exercises. Now here, we are asked compute the invoice price. So invoice price lang ang hinihingi dito. So in this case, so the invoice price will be the amount of sales. Kasi yun yung or the amount of purchases in reference to the buyer. Okay, amount of sales or amount of purchases. If the list price is 250, the trade discount is 30%. So the normal calculation will be 250, kukunin natin yung discount na 30%, so that will be 75. Tapos ima-minus natin itong 75 dito sa 250. So in the 250 minus 75, so it will give you 175,000. Okay? But we can do, dito nakita natin we have two calculations. But we can only have one calculation. We can do it like this, 250 times 70%. Why 70%? Kasi yung discount niya is 30. So yung remaining amount will be the amount of sales, 70%. So in this case, it is also the same 175. Much more na mas madali ang na gagamitin itong shortcut na ito basta series of discounts. So like in this case, 90,000 times this 70% times 80%. Why 70%? Kasi 30% ang trade discount. So 100% minus 30% will give you 70%. Here in this case, 100% minus 20% will give you 80%. So if you will do this calculation, you will have this amount. This is the amount of sales. So in this case, similarly, in this case, you can do this. 88,250 times 80%. Why 80? Because 100% minus 20, it will give you 80. 90% because 100% minus 10 will give you 90. In this case, 100% minus 5 will give you 95. So here, you will have this amount as your amount of sales. Okay, similarly, okay, so this is how it is done. Okay, class? Okay, let's move on. The credit policy is reflected on the terms of sale. So actually, yung diniscuss natin trade discount is outside the terms of sale, no? Outside yan kasi outright reduction yan. So yung gagawa tayo ng credit policy, and then yung credit policy is we will be considering the terms of sales, which provides the agreed credit terms. So yung terms of sale tsaka yung agreed credit terms. So yung agreed credit terms, there are different types of credit terms. The company can have several credit terms. Depende sa customers. Kung ganito yung customers mo, ito yung term na ibibigay mo. Kung ganitong klase, ito yung term. Okay? Kung mas experience na tayo sa customers nito at malaki yung binibili niyang product, we can give a better credit term. Okay, so let us discuss the different type of credit terms. The first one is N30. Ano ibig sabihin ng N30? N30, the account should be paid within 30 days. Dapat bayaran. Okay, dapat bayaran within 30 days. So the customer has 30 days to pay the account. So the number of days will start from the date of sale. To be paid within 30 days from the date of sale. Kung kailan mo ibinenta, yun ang date of sale. So, assuming that our date of sale is October 7, 2019, kailan yung 30 days? How are we going to determine the the 30-day period? Okay? So, yung 30 days, that will be when should the account be paid? Okay, to determine that, what we have to do is get first, this is October. So for the month of October, ilang days ang natitira? So October has 31 days. Date of sale is 7. So ima-minus natin 7. So may matitirang 24 days for October. So to make it 38 days, ilang day ang kailangan mo? So for the next month, you have 6 days to pay that. So that will be 30 days. So the due date will be November 6. Okay? Or you can count it with your fingers, starting with, if it is November 7, you have to start it with 8 because 7 is hindi pa full day yan. So if you will count 7, then 8 is 1, then count up to 30 days, then you will come up with November 06. Try that, class. So the other term is 210 and 60. Anong ibig sabihin? So, dalawa, 210 and 60. So, 2 refers to the discount. Okay? Refers to the discount. Ilang discount ang ibibigay? 2% discount if paid within 10 days from date of sale. So, this 10 refers to the number of days na i-allow so you can avail the 2% discount. So, no discount after 10 days and should be paid within 60 days from date of sales. Ito yung N60. Okay? So, if we have our date of sales is October 7, then our 2% is good for 10 days. Okay? So, kailan dapat natin bayaran para ma-avail natin yung 2% discount? Because within 10 days, we will get the 2%. 10 days would mean any day before October 17. How did we calculate October 17? 7 plus 10 will give you 17. Okay, ganun lang kasimple yung discount period. So, ibig sabihin, on or before October 17, we will be given 2% discount. Okay? So, however, if we did not pay this on October 17, pagdating ng October 18, wala na tayong discount kasi hanggang 10 days lang yan. However, we have to pay this account within 60 days. Kailan siya due date? Yan 60 days na yan. So, we have to compute, okay? On October 31st, October natin binili. So, sa October 31st, ilang days meron tayo para... So, ima-minus natin yung date of sales. We have 24 days on October. And on November, we have, ang November hanggang 30 days lang. So, we have 30 days. Okay. So, 54 pa lang ito. 60 days ang palugit sa atin bago natin bayaran. So, we have to pay this to have it completed on 60 days. We have to add 6 more days. So, that will be 60 days. And then the due date for this account will be December 6. So, ang ibig sabihin, basta nabayaran natin ang on or before October 17, we will get a 2% discount. Pero basta hindi natin binayaran before October 17, binayaran natin 18, wala na tayong discount. However, we have to pay this within 60 days and due date niyan December 6. Okay? Next is 210, 115, and 45. Okay. So, dito, two series of terms, 210, 115, and 45. So, 2% ang ibig sabihin. By the way, yung mga percentage, number of days, nasa company yon. Okay? Ini-illustrate lang natin na yung company can provide this. Okay? Yung percentage, depende rin sa company kung anong discount. Okay? Tsaka yung number of days, depende na yan sa company. 2% discount if paid within 10 days from date of sale. So, ibig sabihin, within 10 days, 2% discount. If not paid in 10 days, but paid in 15 days from date of sale, there is 1% discount. Na-miss mo yung 10 days, pero meron ka pa rin discount on the 11th day up to 15 days, pero 1% na lang. Pero you have to pay it. No discount after 15 days and should be paid within 45 days from date of sale. So, similarly, inano na natin yan, okay? So, December date of sale, October 7. So, yung 2%, October 17. Then, you have 15 days. So, yung 15 days natin will be based on date of sale. Hindi dito. Dito sa date of sale. So, 15 days dyan, October 22. 7 plus 15 will give you 22. Okay? So, you are entitled to 1% discount. But it has to be paid 45 days. And your 45 days, we have already made a calculation on that. So, it will be November 21. So, that will be your 45 days. Okay? So, the due date is November 21. Next is 3 EOM and 60. This is the percentage. EOM means end of month. Discount if paid on or before end of month from date of sale. Bakit importante na mabayaran? Normally kasi payroll, ganyan, so kailangan ng company ang cash. No discount if paid after end of month and should be paid within 60 days from date of sales. So again, ito yung illustration and we have discussed this, so no need to explain further. Okay? Okay. Uh, Next is collection program. We have to have a collection program. The greater the relative amount spent on collection, the lower the proportion of bad debts and the shorter the average collection period. Dapat meron tayong collection program para mas konti lang yung bad debts natin, yung hindi mababayaran. Okay? At mas konti lang yung mga collection cost natin. And next, delinquent and default. Customers who will delay or will default entirely will result to an increase in the cost of accounts receivable. Kung marami tayong hindi nakokolekta, then malaki yung cost natin na receivable. Imagine yung principal mo at yung tinubo mo dahil hindi nagbayad, nawala na yan. Okay, costs associated with accounts receivable. Ano ba yung mga cost? First is credit analysis, accounting, and collection cost. So, mag-hire tayo ng personnel to do that. Okay? Capital cost, cost of funds that will be tied up in receivable. So, yung mga hindi natin, yung basta nasa receivable siya, we have a capital cost kasi hindi natin nagagamit yung pera. Delinquency cost, these are costs incurred in receiving late payments. Kung binigyan mo lang siya up to 30 days tapos nabayaran niya lang after 90 days, after 1 year, there is a delinquency cost associated to that. Default cost, cost incurred from not receiving payments from customers. Ito yung pinakamahirap. Hindi ka binayaran. Okay? Ano ba mga trade-offs basta development ng ating credit policy tsaka yung mga collection policies natin? Relaxation of credit standards, basta relax tayo, ang benefit natin dyan, increase in sales. So, basta increase in sales, possible mag-increase in profit. Pero naman, basta relax ang credit, maaari ring mag-increase yung cost natin sa pagpaprocess ng credit. Dahil madami, mag-increase yung processing cost natin, mag-increase yung collection cost natin dahil marami tayong kokolektahan. Then, maaaring magkaroon tayo ng higher default cost, maraming bad debts. And higher capital cost or opportunity cost kasi nakatali yung pera natin doon sa receivables. Lengthening of credit period, hahabaan natin yung credit period, mag-i-increase ng sales, and possibly increase in profit. Higher capital cost, dahil mas matagal nating makukolekta. Okay? Granting cash discount, ito yung mga 2%, 1%, increase in sales, that's increase in profit. Lower capital cost kasi mas maaga sila magbabayad sa iyo dahil binibigyan mo sila ng cash discount. Pero lesser profit, bakit? Nagko-conflict ito. Kasi yung discount na binibigay mo, profit mo yun eh. So, it will be lesser profit. Intensified collection efforts, lower default costs, bad debts, dahil kailangan mo, pero magkakaroon and lower capital cost. Ang ibig sabihin, lesser in receivable kasi maganda yung collection efforts mo. But of course, you will have higher collection expenses. And lower sales kasi nangungulit ka. So let's have this marginal or incremental analysis of credit policies. Ito yung comparison ng incremental returns versus the incremental cost from change ng policy. Kung mag-change ka ng policy, mas maganda ba or mas lugi ka? So kung ang incremental profit mo, siyempre mas malaki kaysa sa incremental cost, i-accept mo yung change in policy. Pero kung yung incremental profit mo mas mababa kaysa sa cost ng pag-change, then reject the change in policy. Kung wala namang change, why you have to change? I mean, wala namang equal naman yung incremental profit with incremental cost, then why you have to change? Okay? So you have here your assignment. Okay, and you have 2 assignments. Okay, so bye for now. Let me know if you have questions. Okay, so till our next class. Bye for now.